one seat. So sometimes we go here and there, take some class from other areas, but ultimately this is our area. Ultimately we come here to take rest. So now we are back and we continue with our program, with our schedule. Before I left, we were discussing about Ajamil. And I think Brajgovinda Prabhu, he was kind enough to discuss from first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, but in our systematic studies, we had gone through the first canto. So I would like to go back to the sixth canto and continue from Ajamil itself. I think you're talking from Narad Muni, yeah, which is a very nice chapter. Prabhuji is more detailedly going through it because he has more knowledge about it, and I'm going more shallow with everything. Just picking the important part in the form of a story and presenting so well. That's totally different. So you must be wondering where I had been. So I thought I would share a little bit about that journey first. As you all know, I had gone to Nepal, and politically the situation is not quite right there. So the day that I left my home this time, it was all, curfew in entire country. So no vehicles were allowed to operate, except for at night time. And within daytime, after 6 o'clock, 6 to 6, everyone stops again. So that's because of the political issue that they have there. So what I did is, I started at 9 o'clock evening. I took my motorbike and went for 11 hours of night ride because I had to get to the airport. So Kathmandu was basically 11 hours from my home. So no other vehicles were in the road, so I was the only one. So I was able to cover the 11 hours within 8 hours because I was the only one in the road. And it was all curvy road. Sometimes there was a landslide somewhere there was no road. Sometimes you have to just go from a narrow path. So this was like Narad Muni's travel to the forest, as we have been talking about. So ultimately everything went well, and for 1 week I had gone for a Food for Life, as I had earlier mentioned that was also one of the purpose. So we went to a village that is known by the name of Gorkha. So you have heard of this term Gurkha before. So this Gorkha is the area where all the Gurkhas are from. And this area was very highly affected by the earthquake. Other areas were not very serious, but in this area, it was hard to find a house that was in a structure. Everything was flat. So we went there for a week. Vijayraj Prabhu, who, as some of you know him, from Colorado, who was in Phoenix before. So he had already gone there for 2 months, and he was doing a Food for Life. So he called me as I was here, and he said, please come and help me here. We are distributing food. Every day we serve khichdi to 5,000 people. So what I did was, I loaded the entire truck with some dal, rice, vegetable, and I went to Gorkha. So we distributed for a week and came back. After that, momentum was a little bit hard in Nepal. So I stayed at home, and I was about to leave to Vrindavan because I took a week off, and the rain was so heavy. I think it was Krishna's desire that I don't go. So without the desire of Radharani and Krishna, we don't go to Vrindavan. It's their area. So it was so much flood that it was difficult to pass through certain road. So ultimately, I was still determined, but my wife says, no, you are not going. If Krishna wants you to go, he would have made that arrangement for you to go. Now he has blocked it, you don't go, because it's so dangerous. So okay, that's no problem. So I did not go to Vrindavan, otherwise everything was fruitful. So going further with our program, yesterday was Balram Jayanti.